Hello everybody and welcome to a new season of the Novice Racing League in a bit of a different guise. Organised once again by Jack Ashton Racing, we are back with, this time, a Ferrari 296 challenge. 7 rounds over the course of 8 weeks, running up until the middle of August. 2 20-minute races per afternoon. It's time for a new season of the Jack Ashton and Novice Racing collaboration Ferrari Challenge here this season. Myself, Ewan and Jez Parfitt are going to take you through the season. I'll be here for all but one anyway of this season. We're very much looking forward to being back. I've got to say, I like the look of this new Ferrari in iRacing. It should provide some good racing as well. Racing very similarly, I would imagine, to the GT3s that we had only one season ago.
Yes, I think that's going to be the thing here as well. We're going to be one of the things I say is car yet. I literally bought it this morning, so I haven't driven it as of yet. But obviously, we've combined Jack Ashton's league and obviously Nick Green's league. We've put them together. We've got the JARC and the Novice Race Ferrari Challenge. That's a mouthful in its own right. But I'm looking forward to this. As you say, I think the car's going to do really well. As I say, I haven't been out on it yet, but now I own it. I suppose I could technically get out on it. I've been driving F4s this week, mind you.
I know, I saw you asking for a league.
I know. Do you know what? The F4 is so much fun.
Yeah, no, I can believe it. It depends on what circuit it is, I suppose. But yeah, I know I can believe it. As you can see, not quite GT3 racing. You'll spot immediately the differences. But this is the new Ferrari Challenge car. Normally it updates a little bit delayed to the GT3 as George Metakos has a big slide through there. Maybe one of the characteristics we can start to take a look at here. But the rear wing just a little bit bigger. You can see the front splitter is slightly different as well. When you look at the rear end, it's slightly differently shaped as well. But this is up to date with the newest GT3 from Ferrari, the Ferrari 296 GT3. And say, probably races and drives very similarly to that Ferrari, which I think is going to be a good thing for the racing that we are going to see here this afternoon as we continue to have a look through the field at who is driving it. Looks slightly different, but and is slightly slower, but as I say, should provide the same racing really to what we saw last season, maybe even closer because they are all in the same car.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing. I think everybody in the same car is going to be awesome. We've obviously got the normal mix of pro and ams here as well. We've got the likes of Tommy Patero, George Metakos is in here as well. Boda in third.
Yeah,
maybe on that one. Let us know if you watch it back and we get your name wrong. Send us an MP4. That would be really handy. Tell us how to pronounce it. But yeah, I think this could be an interesting one to see how to go on. Interesting circuit they've opened up with Mugello. Obviously, over the course of the season as well, we're going to be heading to the likes of Watkins Glen for the Boot, Silverstone GP, the Bend, which is another new track, Road America, Hungaroring and Thruxton. The final round is to be announced. So I'm going to be interested to see what becomes out of that. But 20 minutes and the second race is a full reverse. What could go wrong?
To be fair, did we have full reverses or partial reverses last season? I think it was full reverse, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. And I thought the reverse grid races were still good. Clean races, which is I guess the most important thing. So yeah, I thought the full reverse grid was a good addition last season, and yeah, we have returned to it again here. Heard earlier there's 14 in the session. It seems that only 11 have been able to set laps.
Yeah, Wybrow is in pit lane, Warner's in pit lane. Not quite sure what's going on with Pratt at this moment in time, and we'll see. But they did have 19 signed up. We know we're missing some due to obviously different reasonings, I guess, as well. Some people just not like wanting to sit in their rig at 37 degrees. I don't know.
Yeah, that is entirely possible. But maybe it's not warm where they are, particularly where it is in the UK. I don't know. Todd Pachero, though, has taken the pole position. Alongside him, George Metakos, and they'll fight again, I'd imagine, this season. Andres Subaboda and Eric Orchin will be on row 2, ahead of Alistair Clark and Trey Lambrecht. It will be Reece Bartlett and Thomas Weston, who are on row 4, ahead of Nick Green and Parker Enquist. Jeroen Wolf was the last driver to set a time. Matt Warner didn't get one in. He'll be quick, though. We know Matt Warner from previous seasons. And I believe there's a couple more who didn't set times as well down the back end of the field. But Yeah, there you go, Andy Pratt and Tim Wybrow, who will start from the back end of the field. Are we having a full formation lap or a standing start here?
I doubt very much it's going to be a full formation lap, but I cannot answer that one. I would have. It does look like a full formation lap, unfortunately, though, doesn't it? Let's be real, because are they going to really want to stand and start these? You want to stand and start?
No. Well, I think it'd be fun, but no. There's no no information as far as I can see that. Well, maybe let's see as Patero gets himself onto the grid here in a couple of moments' time, because he's the last of the 14 to get ready, and we are going to have a standing start. Well, this is going to be exciting, is it? As we get underway, here come the lights, and here comes the new season. It's kicking off here at Mugello with race number 1. And we do get underway for a standing start. What a start that is from Eric Orchard, by the way. He's been practicing. On the right-hand side, he goes, slipping through past a couple, down on the way towards turn number 1. Side by side between Patero and Metkos. In towards turn 1, though. Look at them dive on the brakes. All side by side, bumping and barging down in towards turn number 1. Lombrek gets back ahead of Orchard, who got off to that flying start. Then Weston through on Orchard as well. So as they get to the corners, Orchard goes backwards and Weston moves up to first place in the second class.
Yeah, great start from all of them as well. Amazing that they've got a standing start. I thought they might have been a roll-in, but there's been some gravel kicked up onto the racetrack. They are 2x2 at this moment in time as well. Parker Enquist is in there currently at the moment. He's got Pratt in around him and Jerome Wolf in behind him as well. And then so great action taking place. But Tommy Patero doing what he had to do. He's escaped out in front. He is going to be very quick. It's going to be a catch-up game for the likes of George Metakos, Trey Lambrecht, Thomas Weston, all in there as well. And I'm interested to see how this is going to work. Matty Warner all the way down in 7th. That is a bit of a shock.
Weston there is all over the back of Lambrecht here, doing a very good job of just applying the pressure here. He just misses that apex slightly at the left-hander of turn 11. Lazio, and now on the way towards the long looping right-handed hairpin. So you've got to be very smooth in this car. Just watch the inputs here as we ride on board, getting on the power nice and smoothly, turning in and releasing the turning circle quite slowly as well. And seems to be a little bit more understeer as well than you might otherwise see, as Eric Orchard gets under pressure from Clark. Ooh, a little bit late on the brakes, all very wide through that final corner, grabbing that late apex for the very long front straight here. Yeah,
they've got quite a while to go down. I've been around Mugello before as well in a V8 basically I was as well, which was quite interesting because you did have to stop the V8 quite early on going into turn 1. Literally at the moment you see the curves on the left hand side, you had to be on the brakes. I'm sure that is not the case in this one. However, we have got Svoboda side by side at the moment as well, and that's Matt Warner in behind, and Parker Enquist has just gone through into turn 1 there. So great racing from all of these guys. This car's going to be very interesting this season. I might have to get out in this. I'm quite looking. The lights and look of it looks quite good as well. And I do wonder how it would drive. It does, as you say, it does look a little bit oversteery, but it doesn't look quite as twitchy on the rear end. And I'm wondering whether or not you can combat the oversteer with being able to sort of keep the rear end onto the ground, to be honest.
It looks, it looks to me a little bit unbalanced in some ways, but it might have been made like that, to be honest. At times, especially through medium speed, through there, look, there's no way that rear end's going anywhere. It's the front tyres that are going nowhere. It's just understeering off through these higher speed corners, but at slower speed, it just seems to have a little bit more oversteer. There's the gravel being kicked up in the background from Nick Green, who's just feeling a bit of that understeer just on the outside line there. But it's very much an unbalanced machine, it looks like at the moment. But here it is, the battle will continue anyway. Orchin versus Clark. This is for second place in the AM class. Weston still applying pressure to Lambrecht just in front. Matt Warner was just watching further behind, still not able to get anywhere on this lap just yet past Enquist and Svoboda. Yeah,
they're still trying to have a go though. Further back at the moment is Warner. He's still closing in all over the back of them. They just can't really get past anybody. I'll be interested to see what sort of speeds we get going down that long start finish straight, how much we're going to get here, especially with Warner. Svoboda's going to come over. Nope, didn't cover him off here. Warner's now on his own. You can see the draft in front from Parker. Which way is he going to give that? At the moment, he's keeping it on the side of Matt Warner, who now swaps over. He's kind of keeping these cars side by side, topping north of 175, almost 180. And that little bit of draft that Enquist gave Svoboda towards the end of that start-finish straight really did kind of save him there as well, because Warner was coming if Enquist had stayed the other side.
Yeah, it's a fixed setup, of course, so no difference in terms of straight line speed between these cars, but the slipstream will be the big role in this one. And Warner still not able to make the progress like you would expect him to. Now maybe is the chance. Sabona with a bit of a bad run there, coming off the right-hander, and Warner barges his way down the inside. Not very much space for the two of them actually through that right-hander at turn 6, but Warner does barge his way through, and he's got to start doing that really if he's going to make up places. He's now into the top 10.
Yeah, absolutely as well. I was fortunate enough to interview Matt Warner on the Virtual Track podcast, and literally he's got one aim during racing when he races in this league, and that is to chase down Tommy Botero, to be with Tommy Botero, to be on the pace of Botero. Here at the moment though, not quite there, so Warner's going to have to do a little bit more racing, because Tommy out in front is absolutely flying. Trey Lambrecht and Thomas Weston is absolutely flying as well here, so he's another man that's got to grips with this new car and is doing an absolute stellar job.
Side by side in the background, Orchard versus Clark again. Every time we look away, they go side by side. Lambrecht and Weston as well, going to make a repass here, it looks like, for Trey Lambrecht. Although Merkos is going to give the slipstream, well, to both of them really. He's trying to keep them side by side. Very nearly side-to-side contact for this squirm under the brakes. And Weston keeps the place. What about Clark and Orchin? Who's going to come out the other side with that place? Looks like Clark on the inside line is going to get that one. And Enquist versus Warner is not going to go the way of Matt Warner, it turns out. A little bit further down the field in 9th position. So Parker Enquist keeps that position as well. But plenty of side-by-side racing. Just seemed to me, maybe it's just this circuit with the whacking old front straight.
Can you hear me all right?
Are back now for hopefully the remainder of the race. 8.5 minutes still to go here in the first round of the season. The Jack Ashton and Nick Green Racing League Ferrari Challenge, 296. As we continue on here, Matt Warner has made up a couple of places since we were gone. He's now up to 8th position. Just got past Parker Enquist there, and Nick Green actually follows him through into 9th position. In fact, they go side by side into the S's just in the background for that 9th position. Pretty impressive that they've been able to facilitate that between the two of them. Well, just about. Side-to-side contact, and Parker Enquist stays in front. So Tommy Patero is leading overall, nearly 10 seconds now in front of George Metcalf in this race. Tom Weston is next, ahead of Trey Lambrecht, who's still leading in the AM class. And this is the closest battle out there on the circuit. Nick Green bobbles over the curves there, trying to get through into 9th position.
Yeah, he does at the moment. Apologies for that one on there as well. But Green still chasing down Enquist. Jerome Wolf is having a nice little battle further back with Mr. Bartlett as well, as these guys continuing to go on. You see two of the closest battles on your screen are this one and the one in front with Green and Bartlett as well. But I think overall it's been a great race. They've kind of had some nice little battling. They've kind of managed to get a hold of the grips of this car as well. It does look like an interesting car, but we'll see how Green can get on now as he's chasing down Bartlett on the straight.
This is going to be close in towards turn number 1, but Green's going to be forced to the outside line. If he can stay there, he'll have the inside at turn 2, and that might be where he can get the place, but no. Very little. Oh, wow. And they've managed to hit each other there. Parker Enquist parked it on the apex. Green knew he wasn't going to get round the outside, so I think was going to go for the cutback, but Parker Enquist parked it on the apex. Are allowed to do that, and he stays in front. A little bit of contact between the two as Green just ran straight to the back of him there.
Yeah, he looked like at one point he was kind of in the back end of him as well, which was quite bizarre. But I think at the moment these guys are going to carry on, and I don't think this is a battle that's not going to stop there as well. Ian Knox can't be racing today, currently at Le Mans, racing in Le Mans, 40 laps down on the leader, and unfortunately Enquist has just gone round, going into Casanova Cervelli. Enquist has just gone and binned it there as well. Oh!
Side-to-side contact. Jeroen Wolf there on the scene as Enquist just rejoining. Side-to-side contact. He's got his bodywork back again, so I don't think that damage is going to persist too much.
Yeah, he goes into Casanova Cervelli. He gets the first bit right. The back end's already sliding on the entrance. It's not that's the problem. He manages to get that Ferrari round. It's what's coming at him here. Oh, don't really know who can be held accountable for that one, to be blatantly honest with you. I don't know if that would be Enquist or would it be, who was it, Jerome Wolf, I think.
Yeah, it was. Oh, he has got damage, Wolf, actually. So that might be repairs needed there. Yeah, I think Enquist, to be honest, rejoined quite safely, actually. You know, he didn't dive straight for the apex. He ran himself round the edge of the circuit. Some would say, well, you know, there were cars coming, you should probably wait completely. But, you know, if you're rejoining at such if you're rejoining at a harsh angle, trying to turn round on the circuit, then absolutely you should wait. But if you're rejoining at that kind of angle, I think it's kind of fine. And Jeroen Wolf there, unfortunately, he's the one who can see everything there. He could see what was happening. Unfortunately, just ran straight into him. It does look like Enquist has actually got some pretty bad damage there to me. He looks like he's crabbing, as far as I can see. There you go. He's right hand down crabbing. Not as bad as Jeroen Wolf, but he is definitely damaged.
Yeah, he definitely is. Which means he's going to have to try on a left-hander to get that extra rotation in the wheel. You can see at the moment he's really struggling. He's literally practically all the way round. On a corner, you don't really need to be. The same here again. He's going to be almost 90 degrees to try and get that car turned again as well. 90 degrees. He is struggling bad here. I can guarantee Tim Wybrow in behind him just clearly wants him out the way at the moment and wants to try and just get past him. Yeah,
that's almost extra difficult, though, to pass somebody with damage like that, because any sort of even running close to them could send them off the road and then into you, which is not great. So Wybrow is very much taking his time right now because you've kind of got to, but he will want to get through. Is he going to be able to do it? No, not now. I thought he just missed the apex there, Wybrow, but he brings it back, Enquist, but he brings it back in time. Now he's certainly missed the apex. Now Wybrow's chance. He's got a big open door down the inside, and he does finally get through.
Yeah, not cleanly, mind you, because he ran in well deep into that corner, unfortunately, into Pelagio. Now just got to get on his bike a bit. He cannot allow Enquist to go back through, otherwise he's going to be sitting there as these guys coming round Corinteo. on that run. You can see Thomas Weston, Trey Lambrecht and Alistair Clark have come together there as well. Just checking with you all. Can't be with you on track. Marshalling at BSB. Oh, nice, Steve. Look at it going BSB at Fruxton, Steve, in August, I think it is as well. It doesn't fall on a racing weekend. So, yeah, might look at going up to Fruxton for that weekend. What?
Does it fall on a race weekend?
Yeah, my son racing.
Oh, right. I see what you mean, yeah. Yeah, that's fair enough. Thanks to him for checking in this afternoon, this lunchtime in Europe. Meanwhile, it's battle for second place. George Metakos currently holding on to this position ahead of Tom Weston, and then Trey Lambrecht, and then Alistair Clark. That was quite wide from Lambrecht, and Clark he's not closed in that much actually. As a result, not as much as I thought he would, incidentally, but he is he's there or thereabouts. This is a 4-driver train. It's just closed up again, just in time for the end of the race. They might even squeeze out 2 more laps.
Yeah, they might do, to be honest with you. Tommy Patero's going over the line now, 2 minutes 11, 1:46. He's got a 14-second lead. He would have to lose all of that lead to make this the final lap, which, let's face it, he definitely ain't going to do. But George Metakos is coming under attack. We've got Weston, Lambrecht and Clark in behind him as well. Matt Warner started to close into the back of Andy Pratt, and Tim Wybrow is back behind Parker Enquist. That is not what he wanted with a struggling Parker with the car as it is at the moment either. So unfortunately for Tim, whatever he's done, did he just go and lose that there? They were side by side. I tell you what, if Parker's managed to get this round the outside, that is a stunning job with a dodgy car. He'd do as well. That's how he got through.
Yeah, that was very impressive for him to get all the way around the outside, or make any sort of overtake, to be honest, with the car in the state that it is at the moment. You can see visibly it's not quite shaped right. Eric Orchin just loses a couple of places. Well, that is a shame for him. He's having a good race, but he's just lost a couple of places to Pratt and Warner now as a result of some mistake. I'm not sure, maybe Nick Green's going to get past him actually as well here before the end. No, he seems to have got him going now, but let's see what happened. It's into turn 2, bobbles over the inside curb, then turn 3, just clips it a bit nicer through turn 3. It's that gravel, and he's hit the wall pretty hard as well.
Oh man, front end completely gone there. These guys go through without any problems. The Metakos has got Weston closing right in behind him. Weston's got Lambrecht about 8 tenths back. Then we've got Matty Warner, who's chasing down Andy Pratt at a rapid rate of knots, and Bartlett trying to get onto the back of Green, and Enquist is trying to get away from Tim Wybrow, which is not quite happening at this moment in time either. It's going to be one, that's the final lap here as well. But Mr. Patero, I hope he realises that's the final lap as he comes over the line flashing his lights there, because that's the first thing he wants if he doesn't remember the final lap.
The seconds now tick by as Trey Lambrecht gets past Weston at the very end of this race by the looks of things. Will Warner get at least into 6th position before the finish here as he's started from the back end of the field. Don't forget, he's looks like he's going to end up at 6th place, but he's got a big overtake to make here on Pratt on the way down in towards turn number 1. Outside line. He's not going to manage it all the way around there, is he? That would be very, very impressive, but I don't think he's quite going to do it. So that's the last time he'll be going in towards turn 1, and the best overtaking opportunity on the lap is now behind him.
Yeah, unfortunately for him, he's going to have to try and force a gap. The question is, where's he going to get it? He's not going to get it into here, but he might, if he can get a run out of here, might get it into Casanova Cervelli. But that's going to be a very, very difficult late dive lunge here, and he's not going to make it there either. The only other place he might be able to get it is on the exit out of Arabiata 2, if he can get a decent run out at the moment. But Tommy Patero is on his way round Corinteo to see him go over the line very, very shortly. But at the moment, this is the only place now for Warner to have a go. Got to be trying to get up the inside into Scarperia here as well. That's moved. You can see it was hard blocked there as well. And unfortunately for Warner, I can't see many places left.
No, I can't see where he's going to make that, unfortunately. But for Tommy Patero, it's been a lot less about overtaking, a lot more about just driving quickly, which, as we know, he's very good at. Up towards the line, checker flag waves, and the opening race at Mugello goes to Tommy Patero. A dominant performance once again from the Finnish driver who takes the opening round of the season with ease. George Metikos couldn't really put up a fight to him there, really 17 seconds behind him in the end. Behind, Trey Lambrecht is going to win the first AM race of the season, and with an overall point system he's even going to put some distance into Clark, who finishes 5th. At 3rd place, Bartlett in 8th, and 4th place, Orchin in 10th, for example. That is a very, very big haul of points for the AM winner, Trey Lambrecht.
It is, but I need to correct that because that is actually in Pro. For some reason, it didn't save the changes there as well. So Trey Lambrecht has been promoted to Pros. I'm just checking. There was somebody coming the other way as well. It was Tom Weston. What places? Tom Weston has come back down. Changes. But yeah, Trey Lambrecht Pro, Tom Weston AMS.
Okay, so Weston's going to be the winner. Only just, though. Clark was all over the back of him at the end of that race, by the way. Just a 10th of a second between them. And yeah, the two of them are very, very close. It's going to head us into the full reverse grid race, which we will obviously get to in a moment. We've got a 5-minute break in between. In the meantime, as Parker Enquist brings himself to the finish here. Suddenly a long way behind where he was before. I know he's damaged, but he'll be back all of a sudden. And he will bring himself to the line here at the end of disappointing first race. But you'd imagine he's got a decent chance of a good result anyway in race number 2 a little bit later on today. There are the cars just pulling to the end of the straight as the first race is complete. Tommy Patero takes the victory ahead of George Metikos with Trey Lambrecht in 3rd. Tom Weston, who is the AM winner, just beats Alistair Clark to the line. Andy Pratt just outside the top 5, with Matt Warner completing his run from the back of the field to 7th, halfway through the field. Rhys Bartlett, Nick Green and Eric Orchin round out the top 10. Tim Wybrow and Parker Enquist were on the lead lap. Jeroen Wolf was 1 lap down, with Andrzej Saboda 7 laps down at the end of that first race. So, coming up in a moment, 4.5 minutes time, the full reverse grid race, another 20 minutes, and yeah, that is going to be very, very busy indeed. These next 20 minutes, that is for sure, as we race for the second time this afternoon. But in terms of favourites to win, I think most of those who are very, very quick actually finish the race up towards the front end of the field. So it's going to be a big job for all of them to come back through.
Yeah, absolutely, it will be. But I think they're going to have the pace here. I want to see what goes on with Patero. I think Patero's going to have an interesting one, I think, as well, because I'd like to see how he's going to handle some of the faster guys in front of him, of course, trying to come through the field. But Tommy is absolute, well, alien at times, isn't really, and quick. So I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue for him to be able to come through.
I'm just not sure he's going to get all the way to first position, because, you know, Matt Warner is, I would say, similar speed, and he got 7 places, less. He only got to 7th, I should say, from that first race. You know, that feels to me like a pretty good marker here from this circuit, and with these cars, I know Tommy Patero is probably a bit quicker, and he is a bit of an alien, but he's not going to be able to overcome the characteristics of this circuit car combination at times. So I just wonder whether it's not quite going to be as easy for Patero as we maybe think, because of this circuit, maybe more than anything else.
Yeah, but there are certain overtakes you can do straight down into turn 1 if he's close enough as well. He can get that move coming out of Arabiata 1 and 2 going into Scop area. But I think it's going to be just how is he going to handle this. If he goes on the mission where it's going to be last to first by the end of the first corner, he's going to have a problem. If he sits back and thinks, actually, I'm going to wait and be patient, then he might be all right. I know he's only got 20 minutes, but, still quite long enough to make moves here.
Yeah, it should be long enough at 20 minutes, but we'll have to wait and see what the ambition is on the way down towards turn 1. Especially, it was a nice clean start first time round, I've got to say. I wonder whether that is going to keep for the full reverse grid. But impressed with the driving first time round in terms of that run down in towards turn 1 and how clean it was through turn number 1 when they it went through there for the first time in that first race.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's the thing. these guys have been together a couple of seasons now. They've been raced in, and obviously when it was Jack's, they've raced in when it was Nick's, and now they're racing in it when these guys are collabing. So I think at the end of the day, they are all getting to the point of where they know who to race, who not to race, where to race, how to get about it. Because at the end of the day, it can be quite messy when you bring a load of drivers together. But these guys have been together a couple of seasons now, and I think they're starting to get used to where each other needs to be.
Yeah, absolutely. Although we have had a variety of different cars down the seasons. It's been probably the least amount of change season to season, really, from GT3 series to a Ferrari Challenge series. As I say, just drive differently. There's no doubt about that. But it's not. It's not dissimilar. It's not dissimilar to a GT3. In terms of the races we have this season, by the way, we'll be here every week, apart from on the 13th of July. That's an off week. We will be here every week. I think that's the Spa 24 Hours, isn't it? Which might be why. Yeah, might be why we're not racing that day. But yeah, we're here every week until the 10th of August with lots of different circuits actually across the world. Mugello here to start off with. Afterwards, go to Watkins Glen for the first of 2 American races. In between the American races, Silverstone and the Ben Motorsports Park in Australia, the new circuit to iRacing. Then back to America for Road America. Then back to Europe, Hungaroring and Thruxton with the Hungaroring in the rain. That is going to be, if we think this is hard to overtake, that's going to be even worse.
The Hungaroring in general is renowned for poor overtaking at times, so for them guys to have to battle the rain as well, well, I'd get practicing now if I was them.
Yeah, it's not ideal, that the rain for these guys in the Hungaroring, but there you go. We might see a few less turn up to that race. That's what we've generally seen throughout the wet weather races. But the season we had the wet race at the Red Bull Ring was one of the best races we had that season. It was the lowest attendance, but definitely the best race. So who knows what we're going to see from the Hungaroring. Anyway, that's to come a lot later. Today, second race, reverse grid race. It's going to be Andrzej Swoboda who starts from the front with Ewan Wolf alongside. Parker Enquist and Tim Wybrow will be on row 2 ahead of Eric Orchin. And Nick Green is the second of the pros in 6th. Bruce Bartlett is next ahead of Matt Warner with Andy Pratt and then Alistair Clark to round out the top 10. Tom Weston, Trey Lambrecht, George Metacos and Tom Patero round out the 14-car field. The big question being, how far up the field can those guys from the back actually get here?
Oh. How big's a piece of string? That's the easiest thing to say, isn't it? You don't know. You don't. Patero could be. They could all come together. Patero could be in the lead by the end of lap 1. Don't know.
Yeah, it could be. That's. I'd imagine there'd need to be some sort of carnage for that to happen. So let's hope not for that. Lambrecht and Swoboda don't seem to have readied up actually in time, and so 12 will get onto the grid with a couple of gaps in the middle as we go racing for the second time here at Mugello. A few spaces to go into here, and Parker Enquist is going to lead the field away here. As a result, side by side, 3 wide in the background as 4 wide, dear me, who's going to come out the other side with those positions? Oh, they're not going to come out the other side. Patero goes around with Metacos. There's your answer. Toy Patero is not going to be first after lap 1. He's spun round through turn 1.
Yeah, well, there you go. That was the chance you take, isn't it? We said about being patient, and, well, that weren't it, to be blatantly honest. There was no reason to take that 4 wide and hope you're all going to make it through. Tim Wybrow is trying to have a go here with Jerome Wolf. Wolf holding on as he's coming into Casanova Savelli now as well. There's on the inside, I believe that's Reece Bartlett. That's a very difficult line to try and hold a car there. Oh, just about manages to hold that car, does Reece. But yeah, very difficult indeed. But it's going to be here. How's Metacos going to get on trying to come through this traffic?
Yeah, this is going to be very, very difficult for George Metacos. And there's wide for Weston. Oh! Off just in front of them, Clark goes off in a big way, and there's going to be more here if they're not careful. Very close to side-to-side contact again there as they came through the S's. Goodness me, that was a big off for Clark. Not sure if he actually found the barriers or not, but he certainly flew off the road. He seems to be okay, actually. He's got himself out the gravel. He's back going again now. Let's see what happened here. Did he get served, or was this on his own? Just the car in front of him went wide, came back on, straight to the side of him, and Clark does go off into, and he does touch the wall.
Yeah, that was Jerome Wolf alongside him there as well. There's been more movements in and around. They're trying to go 3 wide up in front of them. Andy Pratt's just taken a moment of an opportunity. He's cleared Matt Warner, cleared Tim Wybrow. They're still 2 by 2 coming in behind. They're 3 wide going down the start-finish straight almost as well. Green, Enquist all battling it out here. This is a bit manic for the start of race number 2.
Certainly is. This is down towards turn number 1. Oh, side-to-side contact very nearly. Nick Green on the outside is going to be overpowered there by Parker Enquist on the brakes, who takes the lead. But Green goes back on the other side. That's the cutback he was trying to do in race 1. And he's executed it perfectly this time round. Into the lead ahead of Enquist, then Orchin trying to follow through as well.
Yeah, there was somebody in my hero that's just gone off there. There was a big old squeal of tyres. I don't quite know where that was coming from, but it could have been the fact that these guys are Patero's making his way back through the field up into 8th already, 7th now because Tim Wybrow's just gone off, who's going to come back right in alongside Jerome Wolf. He's going to end up back down beside Weston and Medicos here. He wants that inside line. Yay. And Bartlett's off the side of the circuit as well.
Dear me, absolute carnage. We'll try and unpick some of it here. Through, how did Bartlett find himself there in the first place? He tried to nip himself down the other side of Orchin, I think that is. Yeah. And he just smacked the wall a little bit. Rejoins, and in the end that was all fine. But this is a lively opening to this race. Nick Green leads, but who's going to be leading at the end here? It's staying very, very close. Parker Enquist and Eric Orchin battling for the lead in the AM class at the moment as well.
Yeah, there is, and it just seems absolutely nuts that these guys are going as hard as this so early on as well, which I'm a little bit surprised about. Jerome Wolf has got Tom Weston tucked in literally, I think, practically alongside. Wybrow's in there as well. You can see Wybrow, Metacos, Weston and Wolf as they're fighting it out. That's Jerome Wolf up in front. Patero's up ahead of them. He's onto the back of the next pack as well. So it's going to be this front pack, that back pack, that are going to continue to have the fight. The question is going to be who's going to be where by the end of this, because at the moment we've got the likes of Weston and Wolf running side by side, and neither of these are going to want to give quarter here going down into turn 1. So let's see how this one works out. Wolf's, he's got to send it in deep. He's got to try and hold on there.
Side by side on the way towards turn 2. Surely he's going to give the inside line the advantage for Weston, and there you go, he is through into 7th. George Metcalf's going to try and follow through, but he bobbles over the curbs to get past your own Wolf here, and not able to for the moment. Pratt meanwhile gets past Enquist. He's got a good shot of this race win by the looks of things. Matt Warner's not that far away though, and neither is Tommy Patero. Look at them queuing up behind Parker Enquist at the moment. Enquist goes wide. Here comes Warner outside for the second part of that chicane, and now into the sweepers. He is going to get through, and Tommy Patero is going to try and follow through, and does as well.
Yeah, but you can see the move from Parker Enquist there was like a nope. Now that's going to put Andy Pratt and Enquist next to each other as these guys are battling through. Enquist does clear Pratt there, but Warner has got to try and hold on in front of Patero if he can, but at the same time he's got to try and close on Orchin. That's going to be the different situation here altogether for these guys, because it's going to be very, very difficult indeed.
That was short-lived for Pratt. I thought he was going to have a good chance of winning this, but it's looking more and more like it could be Tommy Patero again. He's got a very long time remaining in this race, and he is very close to the race lead already. It's going to be Matt Warner to try and challenge him for that. I think anybody else is going to really struggle to get anywhere near him here, I think, through the final corner. Let's see what the run is like and what the slipstream is like for Tommy Patero. Quarter of a second or so, and Warner is going to be helpless here. Surely Patero's going to, well, he's not closing in that much, is he here? Let's see if he can maybe get there finally. No, not quite. So slipstream maybe not quite as powerful as I thought. He was just too far back there, Tommy Patero.
Yeah, I think that was the problem. He was too far back, but now he's not going to be too far back. He wants that inside line. Warner should know that Patero can't get that car rotated that tight. So I'm surprised he didn't sort of just take the normal racing line there. He covered him off a little bit going into the next left-hander, Warner and Patero. Patero still trying here, closing all the way back over Warner on the run down into Casanova Savelli, taking the right-hand side. You can take quite a lot of curb there. Just be careful not to take too much. You can take a lot of curb there as well. And you can see Warner managed to get the run up into Arabiata 1 and 2. But it's how he's going to be able to cope coming out of this now, because he's going to have Eric Orchard right in front of him on the exit.
Oh, wide from Warner, and there's your chance Tommy Patero down the inside. Oh, it's squeezed as well. Good racing between the two of them. Just about enough space given through turns 11, 10 and 11, I should say. And Matt Warner holds on. That was a very good job from him because he went wide at the corner before, turn 9, now it'll be out to 2. And that opened the door for Patero, who tried to go through, but Warner gave him just enough space. I mean, a car's width and barely a little bit more. And that's exactly how you defend from the outside line. That was very well done from Matt Warner.
Yeah, he gave him just enough. He gave him just enough where it was clean. The problem is for Patero is now how much closer is he going to be getting? He's a lot closer than he was. 2 tenths back at the moment. What is the draft like? 2:19, yeah, not really strong, to be honest. And Warner might be able to be all right holding on to this.
See if he has to defend again here. Patero was more threatening into turn 2 than anything, so maybe defending the inside would be pointless. He didn't decide to defend and didn't need to because Tommy Patero is still behind. But there you go. There's the danger. Patero is very strong off turn 1 into turn 2. In the end, didn't need to be. Matt Warner spins and throws up a load of smoke as well. He's going to turn back round again, but unfortunately, loads of positions and time lost.
Yeah, he's all the way down in 9th, unfortunately, for Matt Enquist. That's put Matt Warner, mixing names up here. That's Parker Enquist there alongside, not with Thomas Weston, but it is George Medicos. You can see the front 3 now are not very far apart at all from each other at this moment in time.
No, they're definitely not. Green, Orchin and Patero are, very, very close indeed. But again, still time on Patero's side. It looks like he is going to go forward and take this race victory here this afternoon. But let's see. George Metikos still in that 6th position. Head of Parker Enquist here as another one of the battles. In the background, Matt Warner trying to get past Jerome Wolf as well as he tries to regain these places. Still got more than half this race to go, don't forget. So Warner can rescue a decent finish. Yeah,
he can, but he's still going to have to try his absolute hardest to make his way forward. Look at the 3 now. Green, Orchin and Patero. Surely the most threatening one out of all of that is going to be Patero. He's going to try and clear Orchin as quickly as he possibly can. He wants to get onto the back of Green straight away. And at the moment for Tommy Patero, he should be a pass down into turn 1.
You think so, but again, he's not quite got that run he needed out of the final quarter by the looks of it here. In fact, Orchin's got a better one. So is he going to maybe go down the inside here and try and get the lead? No, he breaks early. Too early, in fact. And Patero's very strong off of turn 1, as we've seen. Surely he's going to be down the inside by turn 2 and through. And there you go, round the outside for Patero. Through on the inside for the next part. And through he goes into 2nd. Yep, there you go. Orchin still leads his class, but now behind Tommy Patero.
Yeah, but again, that's a fight that Orchin did not need to get in contact with either. He could have just left it, didn't he? He didn't need to be there. So for him, it was just for Eric Orchin, it was an easy swap over. Just allow him to go, and that's it. Now try and keep up with him. But the question is how long is Green going to be able to hold on for here as well? Eric for the win? Well, unfortunately, Ian Knox, no. So there we go. There's Jerome Wolf and Alistair Clark have just swapped places.
Yeah, no surprise there. But yeah. So that's all resolved itself now. But look at this, Tommy Patero, super close behind through turn 10 and 11. This is looking ever better for the race 1 winner. Tommy Patero just has a look on the outside on the way in towards turn 12, and can he maybe just slip his way through somewhere here? Better line through the chicane, which doesn't seem to mean a lot, but going to get right onto the back on the way towards this final corner. And now he'll enter the final corner just a little bit higher, look for that late apex and to go through. Well, Green has almost made his overtake for him there because that was a bit wide from him. Although, to be fair, good exit from Green onto the front straight.
Yeah, he got a good run, but I don't think it's still going to be strong enough. You want to send Patero on the outside. Keep that inside line as much as physically possible here. You do not want... Oh, okay. Oh, okay, you lucky boy. Patero weren't close enough, but I thought as soon as he come across the other way and left that door wide open, I thought that was going to be the end of that.
I almost think that's the better way to defend for Patero, though, because he's so good on the outside of turn 1 to get in the inside at turn 2 that you almost don't want to give him that line, I don't think.
Yeah, well, yeah, maybe, but you still want to try and make it hard for him. You know, you don't want to leave that inside line open. I suppose as you said, I suppose where he is so good at 2, it might be worth leaving the inside door open and putting him on the outside. But I still wouldn't be putting him anywhere I didn't want him, to be blatantly honest. You know, it's down to, it really is, and we were talking about this the other day, it's down to kind of Nick Green to really dominate where Patero's got to go. Doesn't want Patero dominating where he's got to be. He's got to make the move. So if he's going to defend into the right-hander here, he needs to put the car in the right place. He needs to make Patero go the other way.
Yeah, this is 8 minutes from the finish, so a distance at which you could see Green defending from here to the end. It's not like there's still 15 minutes to go or so and you think this is a big job. 8 minutes is manageable here for Nick Green to hold on, but it's going to be super difficult. We already know that. Through the S's they come now, the chicane rather, on the way towards the final turn. Tommy Patero needs a better exit off the final corner than he has been getting, because so far in this race it's been all about turn 1 and turn 2. He needs a better exit from here to give himself a better chance on the way down in towards turn 1, and again Green's got a better exit than him onto the front straight. Yeah,
Patero again just can't get close enough at the moment. He's got to try and make this work somehow. He needs to position Green where he wants him. Green's giving him the inside, no move there as well, but all the time this is happening, Orchin and Pratt are slowly closing in on the back, and I do mean slowly there. They've gained about 2 tenths. However, I think there was, he's just managed, Eric Orchin, to still get hold of it. But Pratt there still holding on, who looked a little bit squirrely, but at the moment, Green and Patero, side by side.
Yeah, it's turn 2 and turn 3, and Patero round the outside at 4. Oh, he's gone too deep. He had a great chance there. That was a good chance for Tommy Patero, but no. And again, again, he doesn't go down the inside. Wow, a very good chance for Tommy Patero there. His best chance yet at taking this race lead, but Nick Green holds on, partly because Patero went way too late on the brakes there at turn 4.
Yeah, absolutely. If he's going to make a move, he's got to be definitive about it. He's got to be decisive. He's got to make sure that he can close it off. Green is blimey. Orchin was sending it off into the world of wonders there as well. And he's going to have Pratt behind him. So let him go. There's no need to carry on. Green needs to be proactive. He's being reactive. And at the moment, that's not working out because Patero now has put it where he wants him. He's going to look for the run-up through B and Daddy 1 and 2. But Green's really got to position Patero. He cannot allow Patero to position him.
Well, this is that was getting pretty difficult for Green there, but he's managed to get them single file again. They were getting double file off almost every corner throughout that lap, but he can't allow that to continue, otherwise he will be overtaken here. So it looks like 3 laps to go, and Tommy Patero is getting his best chances yet now at making this overtake. He's really close behind now, and surely he's got a good chance of coming through on the inside line. Can he maybe get there? No, not quite. Oh, so late on the brakes, he very nearly hit Green, but now he's going for the exit, the outside line for turn 1, inside at 2. Doesn't happen again. That's what he's looking for, Patero. He wants that outside line at turn 1.
Yeah, he does. He got a bit of a wiggle on there as well. Not ideal. Has dropped him back a little bit. But Nick Green at the moment is going to be feeling the pressure here. He's going to... swing bada. Patero just nearly... Great avoidance, but nearly put Green into the underworld there.
He's braking really late, Patero, in these occasions. And, 2 laps to go at the end of this one. Suddenly, desperation will start to kick in soon. He'll feel he should be winning this race. And given the fact he was 4th place with 15 minutes to go, only 2 seconds off the lead, you'd say he probably should be winning this race. But he, at the moment, is still in 2nd place, and he's failed to get past Nick Green for some laps now.
Yeah, he has. He has at the moment. He's just climbing. I just wonder if there's going to be a little bit of frustration kicking in for Patero. He's trying pretty much everything. I'm just wondering whether or not there's going to be contact. That's the problem, I think.
Let's see what this run is going to be out of the final corner. It is so crucial for Tommy Patero to get this right. I think there's 2 laps to go at the end of this one anyway, by the way. We'll check on that, but I think it is going to be 2 to go. Going to be pretty close, though, because of the speed of this race. In towards another lap, then. Can Tommy Patero get himself through? How is he going to get himself through, if he can at all here? As they come down the straight, where is he going to go? Nick Green, again, sort of protects outside. Patero brakes super late again. Oh, and he's side-to-side contact with him. A little bit of contact. Patero goes wide. Green comes across to defend. He doesn't want that inside at turn 2.
He can't give it to him. Green is now... Oh, dearie me, dude. He is defending and defending and defending here. He needs Pratt to come and give him an hand here. He needs Pratt to get onto the back of Patero. Put Patero under pressure. They've grouped each other up here. I've got to be honest, despite what the defending Nick Green's doing, he is driving out of his skin, and Patero makes a mistake. Pratt goes through.
Wow. Wow, that's huge for Patero, and maybe Pratt's going to take both in 2 corners. Not quite. Look at Orchin getting onto the scene here as well, by the way. Tom Weston's close in behind in the AM class, and George Merkos is not that far away either. This is going to be 6 for the lead going on to the last lap, and Toy Patero is no longer favourite anymore. He's in with all these guys, and Nick Green is still leading this race.
Go on, Nick. You got to praise him, Ewan. Look at the driving he's doing.
Oh, careful with that. That was, again, a little bit late. Pratt very nearly got into the back of him there, in towards turn 12 as well.
Yeah, but boy, oh boy, he's driving out of his absolute skin. It's Green. He needs Patero and Pratt to have a bit of a battle now. He can try and open up the gap. Patero's gone in, got that move done, but boy, oh boy, he went in deep.
And he's got a better line there. Oh, this is his best chance by a mile. His best exit off the final corner. It's good where the white flag's waving here. Patero's in the money and maybe in the lead in a moment. What about Pratt in the background? He's just sat there in third waiting, see where he can go. Green does protect the inside line finally. He's gone to the inside to try and take this win on the last lap. Oh, Pratt nearly to the back, side contact. Patero goes wide. Nick Green holds on to the lead again after side contact. It's not over though. It's turn 1 where he's been able to defend quite nicely in this race. The rest of the lap is still a lot of pressure here when Toy Patero is right behind.
Yeah, and we've got the AM battle in the background as well. Orchin and Weston and Metacos. We're going to have a pro lead battle. We're going to have an AM lead battle, and we've got to try and cover it all on the last lap here. Into Casanova Savelli to go. Nick Green's got one more lap. Well, barely half a lap to hold on for here. He's gone and made a mistake. He's going to spin him. Tommy.
Oh! Oh, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Orchin, by the way, is going to be on the... Oh, he's going to be stuck here. Orchin's going to get into the back of him. What about Tom Weston? Oh, Green's going to drop out the top 5 at the very end here as Orchin and Weston go side by side. Nearly contact between them as well. Wow, what a finish to this race. There's going to be some controversy after this one, that's for sure. Metacos and Green continue side by side, and Metacos wants a top 5 here. And Nick Green, for all his efforts, is going to finish outside the top 5, and Patero's gone wide. He's given that place up, has he? Oh, he's given it up. He's given it up to Nick Green at the very end of this one. He drops to 6th, and Andy Pratt is going to get to the front of this one. What a remarkable finish this could be here, as he's got the final corner to come here. Is this going to be even the last lap as the seconds tick by? It looks like it is. And Eric Orson will be very pleased about that because Tom Weston is right in behind him. Pratt weaves himself out of the final corner. He'll take the checkered flag and he will win a dramatic second race from Mugello ahead of Orchin and Weston, the AM leaders. Whoa. What a race that was, and they smashed themselves over the line.
Oh, that looked uncomfortable. Right. Where am I going here? I want to go back to here, I think. Was there contact? And if so, how much was it from Patero? Did he come from a long way? Oh, there was.
Well, he got left the space as well there by Nick Green.
Yeah. I will say one thing, though. 2 things have come out of this race, right? One, Nick Green can defend for his absolute life, which has just been an amazing drive. I've got to be honest, absolutely amazing. Second thing from that as well, it just shows the sportsmanship from Tory Patero. He gave away a win to finish in 6th place to allow Nick Green to go through. You've got to give him props for that. I don't care who you are. You've got to give him props for that, for losing that many places, just allow the guy go through on him.
Yeah, I mean, shame for Nick Green because he defended so well throughout that race. to not take the victory, but fair play to Tommy Patero for giving those places up at the end. Yeah, I think on balance it probably was down to him, that incident there, but there you go. He did give up the places. Andy Pratt comes through to take the race victory then. 1 second ahead of Eric Orchin. Tom Weston finishes third, George Metikos, then Nick Green, then Tommy Patero. 2.5 seconds covering the top 6. Matt Warner wasn't that far away either. Don't forget he spun earlier on in the race. Could have been 7 up there in the front of the race. Alistair Clark finished in 8th ahead of Parker Enquist and Jeroen Wolf. Tim Wybrow, last driver on the lead lap. Reece Bartlett with 3 laps down. Andre Zaboda and Trey Lambrecht for some reason didn't start the second race. Well, that was a very, very exciting second race, and I've got to say, if that is what we can expect from the season to come, we're going to have a fantastic season, that is for sure.
Absolutely. I think you are right here as well. I do want to pull in, where is he? I find him on that. Nick's not in the Discord, is he? Or am I lost it? I was going to bring him in.
He's not, no.
I'll tell you what, let's have a chat with Andy Pratt, who's taking the win here as well. And he's in the booth for you, Mr. O'Leary.
Good afternoon, Andy. Can you hear us? Can we hear you?
Sorry.
Oh, hello. You've dragged him in, James. He thinks he's here by accident.
No, he's not. Is he coming back? Andy, I pulled you in for a winner's interview, sir. Don't run away.
Oh, he doesn't want to chat. Oh, no.
Oh,
well,
all right then.
Never mind.
Let's end that one then.
Sweet.
Oh, there he is.
Sweet, yeah.
Let's have a chat with Nick Green, the man who defended his life off here for the whole race.
Yeah. Oh, no. He didn't want to be here either. He's left.
Right, okay. Well,
So,
we'll just end it then because nobody clearly wants to chat with us today. Rude.
No. We have to organise it beforehand, I suppose, and see who we can get for a chat for next time. But as I say, we'll be back next week and indeed every week, apart from the Sport 24 weekend, until the middle of August for this new season. And if that race is anything to go by, this Jack Ashton Racing Novice Racing League combination will be a fantastic one here this season, that is for sure. I've been Neil O'Leary alongside James Parfitt here from Mugello. It's goodbye for now, and we'll see you in 1 week's time at Watkins Glen.